Hello everyone, my name's Brian, and in today's episode of Aetherfall, we desperately work to ensure Aldera's survival from the Omen. After a bit of time to allow you to go off on your own adventures, an Omanian scout will contact you, detailing that they spotted multiple warships, unlike anything they've ever seen before coming from the Northern Sea, confirming that the Omen's threats were not empty. Estimates put the warships arriving on the northern shore in about a week, triggering an in-game countdown for the player. This scout will leave mentioning that the Nomani's tech division has been working on some new ideas that you might be interested in. Arriving in Nomani, you can catch up with Queen Makua and any other friends you've made in the city. She'll offer her condolences for your loss of the other unknowns. Your first time in Nomani, she's very cordial, not willing to share much about herself or her city. However, having seen your perseverance and knowing you've dealt with a great loss of your people, she seems to have opened up much more. She'll describe much of her life, both before and during her reign, including detailing how she lost her husband, King Kane Oke Kai. Kane was killed in a misunderstanding between the Nomanians and a coastal town, which explains why the Nomanians prevent seafaring on its borders. You can either reaffirm Makua and her law of banning humans from the sea, or argue that this rule would hurt Aldera as a whole against an invasion, utilizing your speech skill. Whenever you've had your fill of conversation with the Queen, you can get down to the real reason you're in the city, the tech development by their scientists. They've managed to create the first fully functional, fully automatic, Aetherian-charged gun called the Brimstone Rifle. A feat that scientists worked on heavily before the Aetherian Wars. Current guns within the game are rather old school, with slow firing rates and a struggle to find the proper ammo types, homemade or outdated. However, this new rifle developed by the Nomanians uses aether magic located all around the island as its ammo source, condensing the energy into hard light shards that look like blue fire, hence the name Brimstone Rifle. The rifle is also capable of receiving stored energy from the player and other living magical vessels to recharge, as well as crystallized aether gems. All in all, it's the most advanced weapon in the game you've received to this point, and a powerful item for any player. The Brimstone Rifle is also capable of switching between a powerful rapid-fire mode and a single-fire stealth mode, which is almost undetectable to enemies. These two modes make the weapon perfect for both mages and rogue playstyles alike. Now, I didn't forget about melee characters, as I'm a melee character typically myself. So, if you like getting up close and personal, the Nomanians have also created a magical sword called the Talon of Infernibus, which is essentially a cross between a lightsaber from Star Wars and an energy sword from Halo. The Talon can grow and shrink in blade size to be a two-handed sword, one-handed sword, or a dagger. It was made with the intent of being particularly effective against the tough exteriors of robots. I want both these unique weapons to be highly customizable for the player, including decorative materials, coloring, and engravings. The best way to make someone feel as though they're truly growing in the game is by providing them with rewards that show how far they've come. These weapons need to be the cream of the crop so far off in the game, not only providing the reward players crave, but giving replete players the incentive to acquire such strong items. Unfortunately, you'll have to pick between either the Brimstone Rifle or the Talon. Makua explains that she had to insist to the High Council that you should be given at least one, but she was unable to persuade them to give you both of the prototypes. Quick side note, if you kill Makua, you can take both, but all of Nomani will hate you. You can ask Makua why she has so much faith in you to give you these powerful weapons. She'll explains that she sees something in you that she hasn't seen since her late husband Kane, and it's this that drives her admiration for you. A quick pause, because I know what some of you are thinking and I want to clear this up. Yes, you can have the Queen of the Nomanians as a romantic partner. It'll be difficult, very difficult, but it can be done on a technical level. Now, the question of whether or not a human and a Nomanian makes biological sense, that's one you're gonna have to answer for yourself. Anyways, getting back to the story, you can thank Makua for her help and leave Nomani with either the Brimstone Rifle or the Talon. What happens next is completely up to you. You have a week to allocate resources between different towns, build defenses such as turrets and walls, and gain allies. This means going back to many of the factions you've met throughout the game. This recruitment tour works great for several reasons. It shows you how factions have changed, such as the Sultais dealing with a mutiny or the Astras having a breakthrough in their science project, making the game world feel as though it has forward momentum and isn't just patiently waiting for a player to interact with it. Meeting these factions also brings you back to any particularly violent decisions you've made. Say you decide to butcher both the administration and the Astras to help the fraternities. You'll have to go back to the scene of your crimes and know that you just hurt Aldera's chances at winning the war. Finally, I want each of these successful visits to these factions to provide you with a unique gift. Nothing game-breaking or like the Brimstone Rifle, but little things that teach you a new spell technique or new customizations for weapons and armor. Once you've forged and strengthened your alliances and reached the end of the week, you can go back to the shores where you first came to Aldera. Off the coast is the Construct flagship known as the World's Anchor, sitting atop the waves ominously. A robot messenger will inform you that the Omen is waiting on board and wishes to talk to you. That'll do it for this episode, where we received one of two powerful items and made our preparations for war. If you had your pick, would you rather have the Talon of Infernibus or the Brimstone Rifle? Let me know in the comments. As usual, make sure to subscribe to keep up with the channel. This has been Brian, and I hope to see you all next time. Bye for now.